that they're not going to see eye to eye on every topic. But the question now is, how long will this honeymoon last? Let's get into NJ Burkett, who is live right now outside the White House, watching this entire meeting and this press conference as well, and bring him in on this. NJ?
Yeah, that's right, Dave. That's a very good question. The other question I have is, what is Mamdani actually getting out of this? Did he walk away with a list of promises from the president besides his promise to work with him? But there is no question about it. This was one jaw-dropping hour in the Oval Office this afternoon. Any concern, Dave, that this meeting was going to go sideways was put to rest in just the past few minutes. One quote from President Trump, I think, explains all of this and really encapsulates it very well. He says, "I expect to be helping him, not hurting him." It really was an extraordinary meeting, a remarkable development, given that these two men had been going at each other for the better part of 6 months. Trump was calling him a communist. Mamdani was calling him an authoritarian. So when they finally sat down in the Oval Office, I think that it was Mamdani's personality, his sincerity, his ingratiating nature that seemed to have won over President Trump, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happened in the first few minutes. Let's talk about what they talked about. The key issue for Mamdani throughout the campaign, and probably in this meeting, was the issue of affordability. Here's how it went.
We're going to be helping him to make everybody's dream come true, having a strong and very safe New York. And congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Please.
I appreciated the meeting with the president, and as he said, it was a productive meeting focused on a place of shared admiration and love, which is New York City, and the need to deliver affordability to New Yorkers, the 8.5 million people.
Well, Trump said several times that he is a good man. I think you're going to have, hopefully, a really great mayor. It seemed at times that the president was going to run out of superlatives to describe Zohran Mamdani. They talked about everything on Mamdani's list: housing, policing, crime in the city, and, as I said, affordability. A major issue for Mamdani was trying to head off deployment of the National Guard in New York City. Here's how that part of the conversation went.
Well, I think we're going to work them out. And I think that if we have known murderers and known drug dealers and some very bad people, you know, we want to get them out. And the mayor wants to have peace. We discussed this at great length, actually, maybe more than anything else. He wants to have a safe New York. Ultimately, a safe New York is going to be a great New York. If it's not safe, no matter how well we do with pricing and with anything else, we can talk about anything you want. If you don't have safe streets, it's not going to be a success. So we're going to work together. We're going to make sure that if there are horrible people there, we want to get them out. I think he wants to get them out, maybe more than I do. So we'll work together. We discussed it at great length.
Well, the issue of crime and public safety clearly resonated with President Trump in the Oval Office today. Several quotes are going to be memorable from this session. He said, the better he does, referring to Mamdani, the happier I am. We are going to be helping him make everybody's dream come true. Again, it really sounded as if the president was going to run out of kind words for Mamdani. He really struggled, I think, to come up with all kinds of superlatives to describe Mamdani and the kind of mayor he thinks, he hopes he will be. Again, we're going to continue to follow all of this. We'll have much more from the White House coming up on Eyewitness News at 5 o'clock tonight. For now, we're live in Washington, D.C. NJ Burkett, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
NJ, before we do let you go, you know, one of the other things that I thought was very striking is towards the end of the news conference, President Trump said, you know, there are going to be topics that we disagree on, that he'll either convince me or that I will convince him, but that I don't care about affiliations or party. And I thought that was a very striking moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Striking is the word for that, because the president said several times it's not about the party, it's not about Democrat, Republican, it's about can we come up with a partnership to achieve some of these goals that Mamdani has identified in the course of the campaign and, of course, in winning City Hall. So they may not have an agreement on a series of policy proposals per se, but they formed what appears to be a partnership. As Dave said at the outset, let's see how long it lasts. But this is clearly a lot more amicable than anybody would have expected or predicted.
Yeah, I thought a funny moment was when the president actually came to Mamdani's defense when one of the reporters there asked Mamdani if he thought that the president was a fascist, and the president interjected and said, oh, no, you don't need to go ahead and answer that. Don't worry about it. I don't even care about the answer.
He even called him a despot, and he goes, yeah, I've been called worse. Yeah. I mean, it was basically cordial. Yeah. Actually, we have that soundbite.
I've been called worse.
Yeah, take a listen.
He asked about your comment calling the president a fascist. And your answer was, both President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Mm-hmm. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay. You can just say yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It's easier.
Yes.
It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
I don't think many people expected that to happen.
Imagine that, President Trump knocking down President Trump knocking down a question from perhaps one of his own partisans. So again, like a lot of this could not have been anticipated or really expected. So did it go sideways? Absolutely not. It went in the other direction, and it would appear to be that the beneficiaries of this, at least so far, are the people of New York.
We hope so, absolutely. And no question that a lot of people are going to be dissecting this interview and what happened in this meeting today for some time to come. NJ, stay up there. We're going to get back to you later in our newscast and, of course, at 5 and 6. We have a lot.